How's everyone doing tonight, anyways, so we're back. Last week we left off with the party having just killed the Howler and going to aid their fallen comrades and the strange dead man that they had met. When they did so, he tried to take Caimen's new ring by magical force and was roundly rebuffed, leading to an altercation in the streets as guards arrived, and half the party said, "Nope." The three who began the conflict, Caimen, Lucy, and Eglore, had to quickly decide how they were going to deal with the situation. Eglore made his escape after framing Lucy by lighting the general store on fire. Lucy convinced one of the knights that the questioner is betraying the Empire, and Caimen almost got away.
Almost, so close.
Almost got away. That was hard to stop. I'm not gonna even joke about it.
Only had shield.
Yeah, I know. Maybe. And so the party, half surrendered, half having given themselves up or been captured by force, were made to account for themselves. But then the Inquisitor for this questioner showed up and basically cleared them of wrongdoing, calling them heroes, and inviting the mayor to come and reward them for their good deeds to the town, city, you know what I mean. And so the mayor, Bristolkampf, came and, after chatting it up with the party for a moment and offering, what's that Latin phrase? In any case, something for something. Quid pro quo, yeah? Thank you. This for that. He gave you the reward of a treasure chest with a lot of gold and gems in it, the value of which I have in chat for you. 6,000+, I think it's like 6,460 or something like that. A lot of gold liquid value. You get that reward, but he wanted the endorsement of your adventuring group for his next election, which Caimen gave after naming the group the Whispers of the Gale. After being released from custody without even really getting their names other than the adventuring group, the party returned to the Sweetwater Inn to rest. Thus stronger, Caimen was able to remove his ring after a short rest and is finally free of its curse. And welcome, Riley. I just finished the recap. So where we left off, there had been an hour's worth of short rest that Caimen went through before he took the ring off using Remove Curse. And I think everyone else was beginning to long rest or do something. So we're going to go ahead and, you can do your long rest, put that on your character sheet, you're fully healed, etc., etc. Got all your slots back, all of you. But what do you want to do with your downtime, and is anyone not resting right now?
I am not resting.
I think Yoga's also not resting, though. I don't know how long we have.
I mean, the incident in last session probably took maybe an hour total or something like that. Probably less than that for the time start to finish. So it hasn't been that long since dawn. If you chose to short rest, which we did for like an hour's worth, it's still morning, probably like 8, 9 a.m. Abouts. So that's where you are. You have the day. If you decide to go and do stuff right now, you're doing stuff at 8, 9 a.m. in the morning. If you decide to do a long rest, you'll be able to get up in the afternoon abouts and maybe do some stuff before it gets late. But yeah, that's where it is.
Okay. I can have my sending spells I'd probably do today really quickly, and then the rest of the day will just be Yoga learning the spells that I rolled for.
Alright.
Leon's gonna take that long rest at full speed.
I've counted it out. This is before 25 words. I'm sending that under rest.
All right. You sent the message in PM. Do you want to say it aloud, or is it just going to be the magical silent message that you send?
I don't.
And did you have 5 more words?
Oh, this message I think was like 24 words already.
Okay.
I don't mind if you say it aloud. I mean, everyone out right now is like long resting.
Is it the one you wrote in Roll20?
Yeah.
All right. At respond, you're out of words.
Do you count 25 as 2 words?
Yep.
No,
Maybe.
25 is hyphenated. Numbers are hyphenated like that.
Yeah.
Hyphens don't make it a single word, as I recall. You can't do fancy hyphenated things. They count as individual words.
At the same time, no. I'm not. It's not like a exploit. It's a number.
I'd say just cut off the word with then, because
so
it's still
at respond, the message ends, which still is perfect.
Yeah,
That's
you
fair.
also have 25 words to respond. Yeah, that's fine. So you sent that to your buddy, Gotcha. Let's see. How would he respond to that? I'm going to have to write that out real quick. Everyone else, go ahead and think about what you would be doing as I write out this message and make sure I have the correct amount.
Caimen is locking the door and staying in the room and just recovering.
I will take flight. Time to find a tanner, a leather worker.
Yeah, Caimen's in no condition to be doing any sightseeing.
By the way, good luck with that curse of yours.
It's already gone.
Oh, right. I forgot you learned remove curse to remove it.
I didn't learn remove curse. My patron was like, "You're an idiot. This is your one."
Seriously?
Pretty much exactly how it went.
Glorious. Glorious.
But it gets one, and yours went to a ring.
It was worth it.
Well, now you have a ring of dubious provenance.
Significant power and the ability to remove it at will. Twice.
At will. At will. It's a resource.
Depends how badly I get attuned to it.
When remove curse, remove it permanently.
Nope.
No, it removes the curse from you. Less than it removes the curse from the object.
It breaks the attunement of a cursed item, but the item is still very much cursed.
It can break a curse that's on just a person. For instance, like if someone you bestow curse on you to make your ability rolls be on disadvantage or something.
Now I can take that away.
Exactly. That's a pretty powerful thing. Oh, that's just my potion. Sorry. Pray continue.
Yeah, who else is doing what?
Yeah, Lucy, are you going to be going to sleep there with Rhea in that big bed? She takes up more space than you would think for her size, but there's definitely enough room for 2 since she's tiny.
Is she asleep?
Pretty soon, yeah, you can hear her.
Yeah, after she sleeps, we're gonna go ahead and get up out the bed.
Alrighty. She doesn't wake up. She doesn't react at all.
Okay, we're gonna try to kind of get up, not noticeably, I guess, to not wake her.
No, you're fine. She's not gonna wake up. She is failing those checks.
Oh, okay.
If those are opposed and you want to do that, she's failing.
All right. Is Yoga out in the hallway?
Yep.
He looks like he's talking to someone, except there's no words coming out of his mouth and his eyes are unfocused and he's not really looking in your direction.
I'm probably more looking towards the wall, but yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Well, Aw.
No.
I
Well,
kind
we
of
still
I
may
kind
have
of like
been
gave a wave of my hand towards you, Lucy, but I don't pay any attention.
She's just gonna be like, I'm going to find a better bed. And just go through the stairs and then walk out the place to the bar area. And she's gonna go chill here for a bit.
Perfect. As you step up to the bar and take a seat, Shirley comes around the corner once I bring up my map on the correct screen. Hey, is there anything I can get you there, love?
Do you know where the mayor place is?
Oh, the mayor's castle. It's you can't miss it. You just head east along the center route of the city, and I mean it's the only keep in town.
Well,
Sure
thank you
enough,
so much.
you do recognize from your recollection of moving around the city that there is in fact only one castle in the city, and it's on the east side of town.
Where's Kleeck at?
He is
Gone.
in stasis mode while we figure out what some of the other people are doing, and then we will get to Kleeck's stuff.
Well, we're gonna go
We're-
head towards the place.
All right.
Castle place.
So as you head outside, Kleeck will have already head outside. So Kleeck, where are you headed? What are you doing?
I am looking around trying to find a tanner. I assume
Alright.
most places of businesses are opening about now.
Absolutely. Well, as you look around up and down just this street of business that you're on, you don't see anything resembling a tanner. Perhaps the building at the end of the block to the west. It looks like a blacksmith. You've seen those before. Hang it for you.
Yeah. I remember that's a blacksmith. Not quite what I'm looking for.
Yeah, so you don't see anything on this street that looks like it is a tanner or any such leather working specifically.
And that is why I am not looking on this street.
So, as Kleeck takes flight and flies over Nueva Sisha Luzon, could you please roll for me a perception check?
Firstly, can I specify something? As
Mhm.
Kleeck has learned from his experiences doing just this. Can I first look for a general district that seems to be focused around businesses, so I can at least narrow my search?
Yeah. You find that there are quite a few businesses along the waterfront. They just don't happen to be the ones. It's similar to nearby, right? You know, you're at a place with no residential other than the people who live in their place of business, right? So, you know, as you head farther along the shoreline, you find that there are more places of business, and eventually, yeah, go ahead and roll your perception check. I want to see if you're able to spot them, but they're there to be spotted. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. It was 8, and you got 13, so you're fine.
Was
so
that actually
yeah,
lowered by specifying that I was narrowing it down?
yeah, because you're looking for places of business, and they're not going to stick a tannery which smells to high heaven. They're not going to stick that in a residential district unless it's a very low class district. And typically speaking,
Nobody cares about those poor people.
right? But in this town, it's a little homier, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
it's oddly enough, you find that the first tanner that you find is along one of the canals, similar to the one that you were fighting near earlier. Not the same one, but yeah, they're using the water from the canal to help power some of the devices inside. So yeah, you're able to find a tanner without too much trouble. You know, maybe few minutes as the crow flies away.
God dang it. Well, I will enter the tannery.
Wonderful.
I am willing to pause here if anybody else has something they want to do.
All right. So then, Yoga, let me just finish my response to your message.
Alrighty.
All right. So, Yoga, your response to that comes through something like this. Wait, is that you, friend Yoga? Oh my word, it has simply been ages. I haven't heard from you in the longest.
What was that?
I have to make sure you gotta remind him 25 words, friend.
Oh no, I
Did you make
counted.
friends with a Yeti?
I know. I gotta tell him, my friend, 25 words. All right. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Drafting my next sending.
Wonderful. Okay. So, Lucy, as you're trying to sneak out of the restaurant, you end up tripping over a bar stool and causing a huge clatter. You actually, it ends up knocking over a plate as well. It doesn't break the plate, but it's very loud. Oh, was by Yoga. He didn't even notice you. Never mind then. You're fine. That didn't happen.
He waved at her, and that was
He waved. Okay, sorry, I
Just didn't
missed
care.
that because I was writing.
You're
Okay,
not
that's perfect.
sneaky.
That's perfect. You're not sneaky at all. Okay, so Kleeck, you have gotten to the Tanner. Caimen, you're resting. Leon, what are you up to? Are you also just resting at this time?
Yes. I'm doing the full long rest.
Gotcha.
He got a little bit closer to death than he needed to be again.
Completely fair. Brightleaf is sitting on the bed meditating next to you. She's very silent and motionless, although you're probably asleep, so you don't notice. And probably before you wake up, she'll be gone. So her meditation takes less time than your full long rest. Okay, then that's everyone, unless Yoga has anything he wants to do after that original sending. Are you going to send another one?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
crafting it right now.
All right, then we will go back to Lucy. So, Lucy, you have reached the front of the Sweetwater Inn. What are you going to do now?
We're gonna leave. And
All right.
try to blend in with crowd and go to Manor Place or Castle Place or whatever.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll for me. Are you trying to be... You said blend in with the crowd. Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Performance would also be pretty applicable there.
I think her stealth is going to end up being better.
I'm just saying it's an option, not a better option.
Fair. Okay, so with a 17, let's see. Nope. All right. You, without too much trouble, get to the front gate of the mayor's keep, as they call it, and your way is blocked by several what look to be city guards. They're dressed similarly to the spear-wielding gentleman that you had the honor of bumping into earlier in the morning. And they bar your way and say, "What business you have here, my lady?" Looking
I'm
at
here.
your...
Yeah, she'll kind of like show her like, was it like a signet ring or whatever? I don't know what nobles have or whatever the hell.
Yep, signet rings.
That would be one.
And then she also has a scroll of pedigree or whatnot. Be like, I'm
That
here
proves
to
you're a noble.
speak with the mayor.
All right, go ahead and roll a persuasion check with advantage. I'm not going to roll against that. They're not going to succeed. My lady, I'm very sorry. He knuckles his forehead and hits his helmet and kind of with his other hand, shifts the spear over and reaches up and takes off his helmet and then, kind of bows again. And the guy next to him is looking at him like, "Why are you getting so worked up?" He's like, "Just go on in. One of the guards inside will escort you. What is your business here, though?" The one dude that you showed the papers to is like blushing, and he's out of the game at this point. But the other guy is now asking questions, just about general why you're here.
To have a meeting.
Aye, with anyone in particular?
The mayor.
Ah.
Just the mayor.
Well then, yeah, go ahead and ask Gerald just in the door, and he should be able to take you there. I think he just had a meeting with a group of adventurers, so he should be available most of the day. Don't tell him I said that.
Okay.
Boy, word doesn't spread very quickly, does it?
So he opens the door for you, and the other guy is still bowing to you as you step inside. And inside, there's the hallways. They're not quite opulently appointed. It's more it's built for purpose. Like, this is a keep. Like, this is a castle that is built for defensive purposes. So, you see arrow slits in some of the walls that look like they're for holding different choke points. So, but it looks like it's been appointed to try and suit the tastes of maybe a more luxurious. It's something maybe that you would feel a little bit more at home with there, Lucy, yourself, I guess. So as you're walking through, this Gerald guy, he similarly guides you through. He says, "Oh, so a meeting with the mayor, huh? That's something." And he seems to just be very, very obviously looking for some sort of information about why you're here.
That's just a meeting.
And we don't get many nobles coming to Nueva. It's honestly a little refreshing. Milady.
Well, maybe I
Jeez,
should visit more often.
Jesus, Gerald. Jesus.
Guard number 1's a simp. Guard number 3's a simp. Guard number 2's like, I don't know what their deal is.
They're all simps.
Yeah, I mean, eventually. So after a short while, Gerald taking your silence as an answer, he reaches another set of doors further in the keep after going up a set of stairs and what have you. And there are 2 more guards, and he says, "Oh, the Lady Coventry is here to have a meeting with the mayor." "Oh, the Inquisitor's in there right now." "Oh, should we come back?" No, he said let anyone in. And they open the doors. And inside, at a stately mahogany desk, you see the mayor and the Inquisitor that you had met just earlier this morning, standing over a map and discussing it at the desk. "Oh, well, I mean, you can't just expect me to send everything out there." "Well, it would just be to secure the situation. There's really no reason to be difficult about this. I don't think that with the... No, you don't understand. It's not within my purview." Oh, and he turns around and notices you. Oh, Lady Coventry. To what do I owe this honor?"
She does like a little noble little kind of bow thing or whatever the hell they do.
The curtsy.
Yeah, the curtsy.
Gotcha. He kind of does a slight formal bow as befitting rank to rank sort of thing. The Inquisitor just turns around and she's got a big smile on it. She looks from one to the other and is like, "You were one of the heroes that assisted earlier this morning, yes?"
I wouldn't really call myself a hero, but I was there earlier.
"Oh, don't be so modest. You brought back the corpses of those valiant citizens who went on patrol. You helped defeat that monster. What else is a hero but someone who stands up to injustice and villainy and dark and evil creatures?"
And gives the questioner a run for his money.
I'm simply here to help the people.
Or does the questioner fall into dark and evil creatures?
As if they were my own.
And she turns to the mayor and gestures again and is like, and that is the answer of a hero. And he just kind of nods and smiles and is kind of like the God, I wish this lady would shut up sort of like look on his face. He's like, yes, but Lady Coventry, why have you come? And then he kind of has a look of recognition and kind of looks at you, gives you that look and nods. And yes. Lady Inquisitor, I believe I have some business that I must speak with the Lady Coventry with. Could you please leave us for a moment and we could begin this conversation again a little later? Oh, of course. My apologies to you, hero. Have a wonderful conversation. And she, just heads on out of the room. And
Sounds so dejected.
you are left alone in the office. Well, there are 2 guards there standing, on the inside of the doors, but they seem to mostly be just standing there at attention, not super. They didn't check your weapons at the door. They kind of assumed a noble isn't going to kill our guy. Like, you're not an assassin, and if you are, then we have your name, I guess. At least. Maybe.
Maybe.
In any case, they seem somewhat at ease, and so does the mayor as he kind of comes back to his chair on the other side of the table and sits down and says, well, you said you wanted to talk. What can I do for you?
Do you think we could be in here alone?
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
I haven't paid attention on the rules.
That's fine. That's perfect.
Anyway.
You notice both of the guards stiffen, and the mayor, his face gets a little harder, and he glances over his shoulder and just kind of raises one hand and with a little dismissive flick of his wrists. They both kind of, do a half bow nod and like leave the room and close the door. And as you hear it behind them, you guess that you are in fact alone in the room with him. And he kicks up his feet and puts them on the desk and says, we are alone now.
What was the thing that Caimen specifically talked to him about before?
Because I think Lucy was in hearing range of that, right?
Yeah, she was able to hear it.
She was listening and she heard it.
He was ensuring that the mayor would vote in favor of the Anserum resolution, Anserum city-state, capital of the empire. He was kind of making sure that this mayor would vote in favor of that.
Yes.
Yeah, she's gonna kind of walk up to the desk and be like, so about the vote,
Oh, fuck.
are you sure you want to vote in favor?
Oh.
Of allowing Anserum to join the Empire? I had actually been considering it well before this your group had arrived. And yes, I actually do believe that it is in the best interest of Nueva Cija Luzon to reduce the amount of taxes levied on imports of food and goods in and out of Anserum. They are one of our largest customers, and it is difficult for our people to afford things at that high of a rate at times.
I sent you a DM real quick.
God, what is she trying to do? I'm nervous.
I'm curious of the end character reason for this.
So am I.
So can you tell me more about this vote? Like, what all does it entail?
You're asking the mayor this?
Yeah.
Well, with Anserum within the Empire's clutches, all trade in and out of the city would be duty-free, which would reduce prices on a number of luxury consumer goods, especially the technological innovations that they are pursuing there. It would allow some of our citizens to attend their academies at lower cost. It would be a large advantage for a number of our people. It would possibly even lead to growth of Nueva Sicha Luzon, which I don't have to tell you is what's good for the city is good for the people.
Let's see. Gotta check one thing real quick.
Mhm.
Da-da-da.
Is there a potted plant in that room that a certain questioner could be hiding behind?
Oh yeah,
My joke,
there
but
is.
okay.
There is.
You never got a response. I just thought I would bring it up.
Fair.
I felt so betrayed once in 7th grade. I made a joke to my table. They laughed, and then the joke, someone like while presenting made my joke, and then made the entire class laugh, and I was like, "Wow!" I was upset.
Betrayal.
It was absolutely Astro who brought that up first.
You gotta cite your sources. No plagiarism.
It's right there in the chat.
I know. I'm not like trying to get onto you for
Hey,
it.
if this is a school, you have to cite it. I don't care if it's common knowledge that we know you didn't plagiarize
Wikipedia
it.
is not a valid source.
How do you pronounce
it's
like
definitely-
the name is like Swira?
I've been pronouncing it like Syria, but with a W, so Swiria, or I've heard Swiria. I don't know.
Bulgaria.
It doesn't
mean,
come with a
depending on your
pronunciation
regional
guide, so
dialect.
She's gonna continue talking back to the mayor and be like, "So how does this vote help with Swiria? Spira?" She pronounces it whatever the actual pronunciation is.
I mean,
Well,
to
I'm
be
not
fair,
sure-
there is
I'm-
no set pronunciation. Sorry,
I'm
Jared.
not sure how much it helps Swira. I'm sure that they would prefer if the capital were kept in Constantinople. It allows them much more control over the continent. But between you and me, I always thought that Ansarum was a much better capital. It's far larger. They have a lot more tolerant of people and religion. I know that we here in Nueva Sigia Luzon are a part of the Empire too, but my family remembers the old gods, you see, and I've always thought it was a little restrictive.
What if I told you that the Coventry family is not in favor of the vote?
Oh? And why would that be? Do you stand to lose something?
We wanted to stay part of Sweria.
What?
Unless I'm misunderstanding this entire thing.
No.
Oh, no.
Anserum is going. So Anserum is going to become the capital of the Bristolian Empire. Nothing else is going to change.
They're completely independent right now. So they're going to go from independent to the capital. That's their gambit.
Yeah.
They're saying, oh, we're not even involved in your stuff because we don't agree with you. But if you want us to be involved with your stuff, let us be the king, basically. And that's the gambit.
Yep.
So they want to be king of the empire?
They want
Basically,
the Emperor to move to Anserum and
they
make
want the
that.
capital moved to Anserum, yep.
Yep.
Where's the capital currently?
Constantinople in Sweria.
We're going to
Central
Turkey,
Syria.
boys.
So would that lessen governmental power of Sweria?
Yes, it would lessen the hold of the emperor over the empire, and it would lessen the hold of Sweria over, in a predominant position over the empire. Because right now the empire is all of the countries, right? But the humans of Swiria are kind of like the leaders of it because the Emperor is a human and they kind of, I guess, were the strongest at the end of the Great War, so they were a little bit able to impose their will on people.
Okay, cool. So I didn't get this entirely wrong.
No, you're pretty close.
Okay.
It's
Well,
convoluted spy game stuff. You're totally fine.
She's a Swyren loyalist.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I had a day, I think, before both you and Leon were here. I kind of was like, what? What? I had to ask a lot of questions myself.
we want the capital to remain the same. We don't want it to change. You know, it's the whole political game of power and things.
Oh, so you're interested in keeping things the way they are. I see. What would the House Coventry be willing to do to secure this vote?
Be willing to support you in your next election and anyone else that we can help afterward.
Oh, you scumbag.
Well, yes, and that offer is greatly appreciated. But as much as I appreciate that offer, you are a member of the Whispers of the Gale, are you not? And I have already received your endorsement for the opposite of what you're asking now.
I just recently joined them on a little mission, but I wouldn't consider myself completely part of their little crew.
Oh, certainly, I fully understand. But the situation this puts me in, you see, is rather precarious.
I could understand that. But what if you also had more than just a mayor of this town?
Oh.
Go ahead and roll. Now, his interest is piqued. You don't need to roll nothing to see that.
Oh.
Oh, this is going the wrong
This-
direction.
Or
This
the
is
right
gonna-
direction.
Yeah, I don't think you realize how little Caimen gives a fuck about this mission.
I mean, that's why it's fun.
So do you want me to roll?
No, you don't need to roll anything. Yeah, all I
Oh.
was saying was that you can see that his interest is piqued as you offer something greater than mayorhood.
Oh my god, what if she offers him an official adoption into the family?
Oh,
Oh, whack! Fucking thing.
That's where I think it's
Everything
going.
about that is fucking whack. What you just said.
I'm trying to think of how nobles work from playing
He's-
like
he's
Roleplay.
not
Money.
simping the same way.
It's
Go
money.
ahead and roll a history check, actually, for me there, Lucy. Nope. You know nothing about the noble families of the quaint backwater Nueva Ecija Luzon fishing village city.
So how would it work actually, like joining the family or something?
Are you going to offer him a place in the Coventry family? Offer him nobility, a title, a name as part of the Coventrys? Is that what you're trying to
Not
offer him?
already have those things as a mayor?
It's an
No.
interesting question.
Not like Freddy wouldn't.
Hmm.
Although
I
he
think
does
that
have a
depends on status.
It really depends on the city. But you don't know right now with your history check. You don't remember anything you were taught about the people of this city and how their government and nobility work.
Is there anything you're specifically looking for?
I'm looking to hear what you have to offer.
Ooh,
Mhm.
clever.
Well, as I am not the head of my family, I cannot offer anything right this second, but I do have quite a heavy say with my parents, and I could see what we can work out. Possibly get you more involved and or possibly part of the family.
Oh, you think are you offering your hand to me?
I cannot guarantee anything now, but it is a possibility if you would consider that.
My Lady Coventry, I am a married man.
Well, I did not know that.
You ever heard the term coming out of left field? Holy shit.
I wasn't ready for this, honestly. I
Noble
should have felt looking for this
misunderstandings.
question.
Although, uniting two noble families with a political marriage.
Some Game of Thrones stuff. What do you think part of my source material is?
Yeah, this could, wow.
We're gonna take a little bit of that then.
And kill your babies. All right.
What if we had our two families join with children? How the fuck this works? I don't know this shit.
If I don't mean it, is it possible? Maybe Riley wants some time to think, and we can switch to someone else.
I don't know how
No,
any of this
that's you're totally fine. If you want to have a moment to consider, we can jump back to Kleeck and roll back in a second because I'm enjoying it, but maybe you need to catch up.
Yeah,
for
I'm
a
not trying to
sec.
be rude and butt, and,
Yeah.
and I'm just
You're totally
offering.
fine. I understand that it's a little off-putting to suddenly be told that you're proposing to someone, and I mean, I'm enjoying it, but it's very fun. Okay, let's jump over to Kleeck then, who has just walked into the Tanner's Tannery.
Spectacular name.
Excellent.
What do I see?
You see a fella with arms that so the fella is wearing like a sleeveless, like, leather apron and jerkin, and you can see that up to probably like his elbows is like a mottled kind of green color. And sorry, DMs. Okay, one sec. Okay, so you see that he has these mottled green up to his elbows as he's working on stretching a hide over a mat to try and get it. He says, can I help you? What is it? Do you speak common? Huh?
Yes, I speak common.
Oh, all right, good. He speaks common well. What can I do you with?
I'm looking to learn. Hopefully.
Learn what?
Gesture to what he's doing. Leatherworking.
He. You want me to Tanner? Oh, all right. Let me go get Mick. I Mick. And it's a minute or two. You hear a little bit of a clatter from the back, and around the door, around the corner comes a somewhat larger guy. Similar situation with the just stained arms, some stains on his face too from, I guess, working with the materials. I'm actually gonna have to do a little bit more research on leatherworking in order to make this more completely correct. But anyways, with
Look down.
He speaks common. Yeah, he speaks common good. I'm Mick. This is Tan. He wants to learn how to. He wants to learn. Yeah. You want to learn how to what?
Tan.
Oh,
Work hides. Possibly actually make armor and such out of it.
I ain't never seen a bloke feeling like it before. Yeah, but
Bird or someone that wants to learn.
a little bit of both. But it's honest work. But come over here. We'll show you how we get started. You bring any materials to work with?
Not much. I had to drop a lot. Extenuating circumstances. But I hunt pretty regularly.
Oh, well, if you bring anything, I'll teach you how cut it and gut it and get it looking grand. And I'll
like
do
me
it for
to
free if
go-
you bring your own stuff.
Okay. So if I bring my own materials, I cannot pay for that. I won't have to pay for that day or such.
Oh yeah, of course. We're not so busy right now. We need to charge you just to show you how what do what for.
All right. That works.
All right. What should I call you, little guy? Little
Kleeck.
Clink,
Kleeck.
Clink, Cleek. All right. Yeah. No, I'm Mac this time. Yeah. Come on by any time. Dawn to dusk. We're scraping and scrapping.
Well, hopefully I'll have plenty of hides to bring in due time.
I'm hoping so. It's been shit gaming for a while now.
That should hopefully be improving.
Oh, well, what makes you say that? It's been crap top for 2 weeks now.
Just, I heard some interesting stuff happen last night. Just a hunch.
Oh, I heard that screeching. I thought it was one of the holes down at the corner.
Oh shit.
Well, anyway, how do we get started?
Well, like I say, you're going to have to bring us some skins to work with.
I can pay for something that you have on hand at the moment if needed.
No, that's
Or I can go hunting now.
no. I mean, that's a fair offer. It's gold now. Yeah? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, take your pick. We got some. He starts showing you a set of skins that are already being cured, and some that are waiting to be processed. Different steps of the pipeline, and I'm not sure what you want to do. Probably something towards the beginning of the pipeline, so that you can get the
If
full work through. Right.
Possible. I'd like to start from the beginning, work through the process.
All right. How big you looking to go? You wanna learn on something large, small? What are you looking at? I know you're kind of small. I don't know what you wanna make there. Kleeck.
I'm hoping to work with decent sized hides, so if I can start practicing on something more medium, I guess, nothing huge, something deer skin or similar size, maybe.
I think we got a couple of deer we haven't brought in earlier today. Yeah, we can get to work on one of those. And so they begin teaching you the process of taking a carcass from start to finish.
Do I need to roll something for like learning this, or just spend the time?
It would probably be a survival check, wouldn't it? Like to clean, dress animals and such.
Would int stat itself also be important for like how fast I learn this or something?
What is your int, just offhand?
15.
Ooh, you're pretty dang smart for a bird. I mean, they wouldn't call you a bird brain. Or if they did, I guess a bird brain is pretty good because it's int 15. Really depends on how you look at it. It's all relative. Okay, so go ahead and roll just a general intelligence check.
Ooh.
Dang. 18, that's nice. And now roll a survival check.
All right. I'm pretty good at butchering.
You were saying
I just need to learn the tannin.
apparently you need to learn both.
I am a +6. Shut up.
Wow. When the dice favor the rolls.
To be fair, though, raw 7, if nothing else, it's not amazing, but it could be a lot worse.
It's pretty bad.
It's not good. It's probably a technical failure, but there's worse failures. Much worse.
Not for you, there aren't. Which is a good thing. I might have.
Yeah, so with that survival check, you don't give a good showing when you are told to make an attempt yourself, but you
That's
do
not-
feel like you pick up a lot of the tricks that they show you. You can't quite get the trick of them when you're making the attempt. So though you feel like you have an idea of how to do some of this processing start to finish, some of it you've done before, you maybe learn a few tricks here and there, you look like a dumbass to these people. Like you don't know like the right side of the knife to use, and they're like, geez, what is with this guy? And you're like, I've done this before, but so
Not my best work, I'll admit.
yeah. Basically, it's you just are having a bad day with it, and they're kind of looking at you like, well, I guess that's why he's here for the lessons, but maybe we should have made him pay for the lessons.
I might have something I want to do when everyone else is finished with their
I will ask,
madness.
how much of the day does this take up? DM.
Skinning and butchering is a pretty long process.
I know. I want to get an idea how much time I spend, though.
That's figured out. How much time do you spend doing this? Oh, probably the better part of the day. I mean,
That's what I figured.
even though it didn't take the whole day to do the work, at different times, customers do come in, they have to leave you to go and interact with them. They do have to leave you at different times to work on, review, finish work. But you see that the way it happens is that it takes a lot of time to process skins. So, and they explain some of this. A lot of stuff gets dropped off and is not picked up for weeks. So there's a lot of time to simply do the work, and sometimes do the work at leisure. And in a way, it's kind of like a cush job in that way. But it smells horrible, and your arms get dyed the color of some of the chemicals that you use to do the curing.
Most of
And
which I understand are pretty dark in color.
Yes, that's why their arms are modeled blue
I have
and
black
green.
feathers.
Yeah, exactly. So you won't have that issue, but your feathers might end up a little,
Extra shiny.
maybe not extra shiny so much as like covered in chemical residue,
Yeah.
and maybe not able to wick water as well or give you as much lift or something. So you're a little hesitant about some of the chemicals working with them, and that presents a little bit of a problem too. You don't really know how to source those materials, so
Well,
it feels
there
like okay,
there-
yeah. No, go
There
ahead.
is one easily sourced tanning chemical.
Yeah.
Also
All
worth
you-
noting, my
all you
arms
have
aren't
to
used to
do-
fly.
All you have to do is drink a lot of water.
Oh yeah. That's true.
That is one way to do it.
It's true. That's part of it too. Yep, makes it easy. But still, that's an acid, so it'll burn you if you leave it on your arms for too long. So a little bit of everything. Ew.
Whatever works.
Well, I mean, after I'm done there, I'm probably just gonna wash my arms off in the lake first, a little bit, and then I'll probably go hunt for the evening and try to come back a little after nightfall. And,
Sure.
and in that way, I'll leave the rest of the day to the party.
Sure. All right. So Leon, while you sleep, actually, Brightleaf is just going to stay in bed and mope for a long time. Leon, when you wake up from your long rest, what are you going to do?
All right. First thing on the to-do list. I need to go downstairs. Is Brightleaf you said was just meditating, right?
She was meditating. Now she's just like curled up in a ball in the bed under the covers. That's it. Her stuff's kind of strewn on the bed and on the ground next to it.
I'm just going to slowly walk out the door and try to close it as quietly as I can behind me.
There's no response. You feel as if you probably didn't bother her, but you also know she has really good hearing, so maybe she noticed you. It's hard to say.
I'm gonna
But the
go
door's
down to the
closed.
bar.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go down to the bar area.
Sure.
Using too many hands at once for this. And is the bartender still there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up and unclip one of the sides of my mask. Would there happen to be a temple nearby, ma'am?
Oh, a temple to whom?
I'm gonna mess up this name again. Lilloin, the
Levin?
goddess of Arcana.
Ah.
Yo, bro, we worship the same god. That's so poggers.
You're a turtle,
Wow.
not a frog.
Now I have 2 targets.
Oh, you're speaking of Levin? Oh, no, we actually don't have a temple to Lelevin here. There is the temple to the Lord of Light, which has an alcove for all of the other, anointed. But no, if you really want to see the Temple of 11, you would have to go to Constantinople or Mecca. Generally, head into central Svaria.
And where would this temple and its alcove be at in relation to where we are?
Oh, it should be a little bit further east in the direction of the mayoral keep, just before you hit the Darkwood.
Well, thank you.
Oh, of course.
And I'm going to start
Heading in that
out
direction?
towards that. Yep.
Sure. All right, so we have Lucy is out and about doing stuff. Leon just left. Kleeck is busy. Caimen, you are still sleeping?
Caimen is resting but not sleeping. We talked about what he was planning to do.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Yes, commune. Very good.
Oh, yes.
Very yoga then. Anything else that yoga's doing? Probably going to comfort. Mm-hmm. Anything?
Yeah, I had my other response for
Another sending? Okay, I haven't read it yet. Where'd it go?
Oh, I didn't put it in. Should I put these in so you can kind of respond from?
You can put them into the chat window or say them or both, or just send them to me in DMs and I will respond to them as I did.
Where did it go?
Oh no.
I pasted it in my...
I hate when that happens. Unless you paste it in a text editor window, though, it might disappear, so don't trust Discord.
Well, usually I have like one of those, I have 2 accounts and I just send all things to that account, but I might have not pressed enter. Whoops.
Oopsie.
I'm just going to try and remember it and try to keep under the word limit. I say, think before you speak, friend. You only have 25 words to respond with. I will contact you again tomorrow. Until then. I was on 25 at least.
That's 22.
All right.
Yeah, summary basically told him, hey, think a little bit harder before speaking, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Got it, I think. Okay, I think I got it written down. And then I will write a message back and get it the right length so that I can say it back. In the meantime, Caimen, you are chilling. Yoga, what else do you want to do?
I'll just be prepped up here after I kind of get the response. I'll just spend that day, for the first day, I'm just learning those spells. Now that I've sent my 2 messages, I'm I'm going through the books.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Yoga sits down and begins checking through his spellbook to try and make sure he's got everything ironed out. All right. So let's jump back to Lucy as you're standing before the desk of the mayor, who's kicked his feet up, is looking at you inquisitively and wondering what exactly it is that you are offering him in return for him changing his vote on Ansarum joining the Empire.
Can you check your DMs for the one last message?
Yes. Okay.
I'm sorry for the
No, you're fine.
confusion of we should get some music going.
Yeah, if someone wants to pick some chill music to some city music.
Hang
Right.
on.
So the mayor has like a desk that he has his like feet propped up on.
Yep.
How big is the desk?
It's a CEO type desk. It's large.
Okay, she's gonna like kind of put her fist down on the table. Oh. And be like, okay, so there's a little few things going on here I didn't want to quite get into details with yet until I had more information.
Oh.
But this vote's not going to be good down the road. It may seem like it is, but it's not. Because that's what a group wants to happen. And this group doesn't want to help the people. They're gonna act like they are.
By this group, you by any chance, do you mean the Lucky Unicorns?
What do you know of them?
I know that they're great business partners. They run Ansarum reasonably well. Don't cross them, and don't let them get into your dirty laundry.
Do you know what they truly want?
I don't know what anyone truly wants but myself. So, I suppose, no.
If this vote goes through, it's gonna put you in a bad position.
How so?
Because they're gonna come after you.
The Emperor hasn't yet issued a stance on or a position on this vote. No country has actually come out and given their formal opinion yet. It's only been about a week.
This doesn't come from any sort of political thing. This comes from this group who has an assassin planning to take your life.
Roll deception.
Fucking Jesus Christ! What? What? You're gonna.
I don't know.
If you fuck this up. Oh my
You're gonna
god!
get us in so much fucking trouble.
Isn't this
God
amazing, you
damn you
guys?
for being
No,
right.
she's gonna
Aren't
get in
Let's do it
trouble.
worse.
No,
We're not
this is
going
Damn
along
you
with
for
it.
being right.
Aren't you having fun, you guys? Isn't this fun?
This is everything Caimen wants right here. She
Nope.
is sowing the seeds of discord through everything. There's gonna be a fucking major conflict, and Empire is gonna collapse because of her.
I'm really enjoying this right now.
I'm so happy.
He suddenly, his eyes get a little wider, and you can tell not because he makes any overt motion of fear, but suddenly the whites are more apparent. You know how the pupils dilate and contract, and so he stiffens a little bit and starts to lower his feet back to the ground, coming more into a posture of you. You say they're coming for my life.
Yes. Currently been working against the group, but this stays between us, obviously, given the circumstances. They have a plot to do a lot of horrible things. They don't want to help the people.
I see. This is troubling news. I had counted on the unicorns for many years to keep stable relations, and they have in my father's time and my grandfather's time. We haven't had any occasion to quarrel with them since Ansarum was founded. But if what you say is true, and to be fair, they are a shifty bunch, I will have to take this under consideration. Do you have any more information about this?
Now, beyond that by itself, which I do want you to be safe, I don't want anything to happen to you because you do seem like a nice guy. Now, what I can also offer otherwise is, do you have any children?
Oh my god.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Kidnap
minute.
the
Still on
children.
it.
Kidnap the
still on
children.
the-
Wait, that's a different campaign.
Kidnap the
No?
children is a
I
different
don't
campaign.
think
Yep.
so.
Nope, that's a different campaign. He looks about and he doesn't answer. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Oh.
He looks just like a sad old man who maybe doesn't have kids.
Oh my god.
Of course.
Well, if you do have any kids or plan to have kids, we could form an arrangement.
Oh,
But I'd only be willing to discuss that if this vote goes one way. For multiple reasons.
well, I certainly would like to live to see the next election. What is it that you wanted to come here and tell me this? Just to sway my vote?
And then he's also now going to have to make a wisdom saving throw and beat DC 13.
Okay.
My god. She's trying to charm him.
Fuck!
Barely. Does he know that you did that?
Let me see where I actually even have this one. So
That's a big L if he does.
Yeah, he knows.
It's on a signet ring.
That's a Rune Knight thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is it? Cloud Rune?
No, that's going to be the other one. Cloud Rune is the one that kind of helps in
Redirect.
combat.
Stone rune.
Stone Rune's the one that's going to be part of that signet ring.
Yep. Yeah, if they know you did it, then it'll be a different reaction than if they don't.
Do you have to speak any command words or such?
I mean, no. She had her fist kind of down, so I would assume like. I mean, what's her ring finger even?
What is the feature detail? It'll
doesn't-
tell you if there's any.
It doesn't
No.
say that they know about it. That's the thing. And
Yeah.
it would specify if they knew about it.
It would, because
Yep.
that's a precedent that's been set. So that totally makes sense. Unless it is succeeded, they are charmed for 1 minute. It was succeeded, they are not charmed, but they don't know anything. So he just continues to not be charmed, I guess.
You just have to use your
I
own
came to
natural
offer
charm.
you a deal to sway your vote yes, and then also to give you information about the plot against you.
Well, the information about the plot against me, I will take in good faith and trust. For the vote, this offer of a union between our two families, should I sire an heir. I would need the paperwork drawn up with your mother and father's permission, as I know that you are not the lawful factor in your house. But I do believe my lady and I would be amenable to this. Joining our blood to that of one of the greater noble houses of Spira would greatly raise our profile, and I know that your lands are not too far from here. Having access to the governmental facilities of Nueva Cija Luzon would suit your family well, I believe.
So do we have a deal, Mayor?
Roll a final persuasion check.
What a
Please,
snake.
for the love of God.
he
What?
reaches out and he stands up. He reaches over the desk. Or actually, no. He stands up. He walks around the desk to meet you as an equal in front of his own desk. Holds out his hand,
We go to shake his hand.
and then he shakes it and says, "We have a deal."
What a snake.
I was just waiting for there to be a joy buzzer in his hand.
What a snake in the grass. It's perfect.
And as soon as he releases, his demeanor completely changes, and he steps back around the desk, sits down in his chair, kicks his feet back up, and says, "And if that business is concluded, my dear Lady Coventry, it was a pleasure to have you, but I must have my guards back." And he goes, and the doors open, and the two guards, "Mayor, yes? Thank you, yes, come back in. Was there anything else you needed?"
It has been a pleasure speaking with you, and hope to speak with you again.
Very good, thank you. Have a wonderful day, Miss Coventry. I look
You
forward to hearing from your parents.
Will do, and I also must say I do like your, was it like a keep?
Oh, yes, no, it's been in the family for generations now, ever since its construction. It has, it may not be as large as Golgotha to the east, or Triton to the north, but it holds the area down very well, yes.
It reminds me of home. And with that, she's going to leave and give a little last curtsy to him.
He'll give a thoughtful look and watch you out the door, and then you're gone.
Oh my god. That was a power move right there at the end.
I'm just gonna go ahead and applaud that because that was everything I wanted it to be right there.
Oh my, and the best part is she doesn't have to say shit to her parents. He might be waiting for a long fucking time.
Oh, but he knows where to write to.
Oh
That is
yeah,
true.
yep he does. Oh boy. I wonder if,
The best part about it, though, it's not a guarantee.
Lucy, where to next?
Well, do they got a mail office or post office?
Will, the closest one got blown up.
Yep.
Well, is there another one of those we could possibly try to find?
You know, that, for as small as it was, that post office served the entire city.
Yeah.
Convenient.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I kind of figured that was the only one. Good job, questioner. Good job. Well done.
So much paperwork.
Is there any way to like hire a messenger?
Yeah, there's courier
Courier.
services. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna try to find one of those then.
Go ahead and roll a perception check real quick to find... sending is an evocation spell because you are evoking the message. You are bringing it up. Yeah, you find it pretty quickly.
I am
Gotcha.
evoking my healing spell. Justify it, DM. Justify it. Do it.
Cure
Wait,
wounds
what-
is
what am-
evocation.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Cure wounds is evocation.
It really should be necromancy, though. messing with life
No,
forces
no,
like
no, no,
that.
no, 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 no. There
No.
is necromancy healing, and it's very different from evocation healing.
Just because you're a few minutes late doesn't mean nothing.
It's more like ripping life out of one body to put it in another one, but okay.
It really depends on how late it is, you know. All right. So, Lucy, you're easily able to find a courier. You find I gotta come up with a name for it real quick. One sec.
The swiftest ox.
Oh, yeah. Let's just go with that. The swiftest ox. You see a gnome sitting out front on the back of an ox, facing the wrong direction, but it's saddled with a custom saddle that it looks like this gnome is suited and sized for. But you step inside and you see a halfling clerk at the desk. You see a lizard folk man behind the counter hurriedly sifting things between different bags, and after a moment he takes a large sack and kind of tosses it over his shoulder and pushes over pushes past the counter, lifts it up and heads past you and is like, oh sorry, and goes to the door and heads on down the road. You get the sense that they're a little busier today. I wonder why. Hello, ma'am. What can I do for you? Sorry, just a moment. And you see the halfling dips under the desk real quick, clatter, 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 clatter. Pulls out a paper and an inkwell and a quill and opens the inkwell and dips the nib in and pulls it out, and a big ink blot pops off and lands on the paper. And sorry, little frantic here today. Did you have a delivery you needed done?
Yes, I just needed to send a letter to my family.
Oh, did you have it ready and addressed?
I do not.
Oh, then why are you here?
Just wondering if you had some paper I could also buy or borrow.
Oh, yes, just 2 silver, please.
She'll hand over a gold.
Would you like change?
No, you can keep it.
Very well then. Have all the paper you need. And she reaches under and puts like a big sheaf in front of you, and like 2 inkwell pots and like 3 quills, and it's like, anything you don't need though, please return. We could use it, but that should be enough, yeah?
Yeah, that'll be more than enough. She'll just take a few sheets of paper and the inkwell thing and then go somewhere where she's not going to be.
Okay, no, yeah, there's a little desk in the corner. If you just that should. Okay, just out of the way, please. Thank you, please, thank you. Okay, she's out of the way. And they go back to busily going through stuff. At some point you see a Loxodon kind of lumber in through the doors and take like just a huge parcel out and head out the front door again. A Loxodon, the elephant people.
Lubin and his dinner.
Not Lubin.
Is that you?
It's not Lubin.
Moonlighting as a post carrier, I see.
I'll give you the letter if you want to get on with somebody else for just a little bit.
Sure. All right. Let's jump over to
Amen.
Yeah, you can do Caimen. All right, so Caimen, you've been chilling for most of the day now.
Yeah. Is there a wash basin in this room?
Yeah, no, this is one of the higher classrooms, so yes, there is.
Oh, perfect. I'm gonna go over to it and grab it, and just kind of carry it over to an empty spot on the floor and set it up.
All right.
And before I do anything else, I need to check my arm. How bad is it?
You've been resting now probably about 10, 12 hours or so. You got your long rest in, but it's been a little bit of time even since then, just kind of chilling in the room. And your arm It's not 100%, but it is feeling better. As you look at it, the black and green splotchiness has given way to sort of like an angry, sort of like yellow and brown. It looks like your arm is like a really bruised looking banana sort of thing. But it doesn't look like it's burnt, desiccated, and about to fall off. So
And the finger.
the finger
Yeah.
is still pretty black.
Cool. Okay,
it's-
we're not using. We're gonna take out that +1 dagger and use the other ring finger and just slice it lengthwise up the length and start dripping our blood into the wash basin and kind of sit down and cross-legged in front of it.
So you're going to start bleeding yourself into the basin with, is it just your blood or is it also water in there?
There's probably water in there. How
Well,
else
that's what I
would
was asking. No, I mean,
How-
but like you took the basin, did you empty it of water?
No.
Okay, so it has
No.
water in it and now you're bleeding into it too.
Yes. Because how else would you commune with your mysterious benefactor who gives you watery powers?
Well, there's a number of ways.
Blood is
No.
just red water.
And we're gonna, once there's a little bit of blood in there, we're gonna wrap up the finger and then lean forward, hold the wash basin steady, and plunge our head into it. Just immerse the face.
Gonna need some prestidigitation after that.
I'll be
Maybe.
fine. I
We'll see
have
what
that.
happens. Yeah, he does actually. So
I
that's
know.
Not as big of a deal. So Caimen, you stick your face into the wash basin, and do you open your eyes, or do you keep them closed, or?
Until I get the sensation I'm looking for, we keep them closed. We're waiting for that feeling of not just the face, but being surrounded by the depth.
All right, go ahead and roll. Are you trained in Arcana?
No.
Yeah, just roll it anyways, and then roll a Wisdom save. 'Cause those are fun.
Is that a failure, by the way?
No.
Oh. Ooh.
Okay. So with that, it takes a little while, but you can feel yourself start to drift ever so slightly, and you reach a point where you can choose whether or not you would like to drift further into this. Let your consciousness drift further into the bowl, as it were. I assume that you want to do that because that's your goal here, but okay.
Yep. We're drifting.
All right. So with that,
With that. Did Bryn die?
heard nothing since it died.
Oh no, I'm just waiting. I was waiting for you.
Wonderful. Horrible. Sorry. All right. So, as you drift deeper into the bowl, your consciousness starting to separate from your body, and as you said, you start to feel the sense of being surrounded by water. You find yourself floating just in the ocean. The first sensation that you have that you're in this place is that, as you said, you wanted to open your eyes only when you felt that you were in this place, and it's not that you open them because you had a feeling, except for the feeling of bubbles brushing past your face as they float up. And you open your eyes and you find that you are maybe 200 feet below the surface of the water. Maybe 50 feet below you, you can see strands of seaweed and kelp reaching up, and you recognize them from past dreams where they wrapped around you. But as you float in this space somewhere between the bottom and the surface, you see a light flicker below, within the reeds. It's indistinct. What do you do?
We're going to do the one thing you're not supposed to do and go towards the light.
Excellent. So you begin kicking down into the water, and before too long, with your prodigious swimming speed and strength, you are within the reeds and dodging through them, trying to follow this sort of flickering, dull orange-red light as it just flits in and out of the strands of seaweed as you go deeper and deeper. Go ahead and roll an athletics check.
Okay.
Excellent. As you go deeper, it seems that the seaweed vines are growing larger, wider, thicker, both in the sense that the vines themselves are girthier and also in that there are more of them. It becomes harder to track the flickering light as you swim deeper and deeper. More visual obstructions, more physical obstructions. But you manage to kick through it and make it through without much difficulty. And you see in a clearing, the light flickers and moves down towards the ground, and you see it escape into a small crack in the earth at the bottom.
We're going to follow it over to that crack in the move for that.
All right.
Feet.
As you hit the bottom, you see small clouds of silt and mud at the maybe 450 feet below the surface now, kicking up and obscuring some of your view. But you can for sure see this crack, because the crack is a crack in what seems the crust of the earth. It is hard at the edges, and you can see that this dull reddish brown glow is starting to increase. A more reddish orange light shines out of the crevasse now. Go ahead and roll, I guess, a perception check as you try and look into that.
Is that
hole.
a failure?
That is a failure.
Is that a failure?
That is not. That is right on the money. You find that you have your compass with you, and even as you pull it out, you see the dial on it spin not to point at north. In fact, there is no N for north on the compass right now, not that there ever is, but it points to the hole, into the hole, and as you glance in, you see the rusty knife that you normally carry floating inside the crack.
Oh. Can my hand fit into this hole? This crack in the ground.
It can fit, yeah. But it seems like the knife is somewhat out of reach.
Yep. So we need to open the crack. Okay. I'm going to try something. I'm going to overlap my fingers, ring fingers pulled in, and I'm going to send a lightning bolt directly into the crack to try to open it.
All right. In this space, you find that your eldritch powers don't awaken. No lightning bolt comes forth.
No lightning. Eldritch Blast.
You reach out your hand and flick your finger out, and only a couple bubbles from the passage of your finger through the water.
I'm starting to get tired of this game. Can we try to call the tentacle?
You find that you are unable to summon the tentacle.
Cast darkness. Maybe that'll help.
Do I have my things with me?
You have everything but the ring
Alright.
and the knife.
But the ring and the
Everything
knife.
but the ring and the knife.
Okay. So I have my fishing tackle.
Yes.
We're gonna take out the fishing tackle and just kind of take the line with the end of it, the hook, and try to get it into the hole and catch the knife and pull it out.
All right. Go ahead and roll. What would that be? It would be a tool check, right? Because you're trained with tools in that sense. You're also underwater. I don't know. Is that disadvantage to try and cast a fishing line while underwater? I don't know.
Casting a fishing line, I'm lowering the
That's
line
true.
into the hole.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a dexterity check. That'll do it.
Hand?
No, that'll do it. So you take your fishing line and you swim down to the crack and you lower it in and you see the hook wrap around the hilt and you give a tug and the knife comes floating along the line up to your hands. And as you, what do you do?
Well, we're gonna take the knife in our hand, our right hand.
As you grasp it, the blade seems to wave a little bit, as if the knife's blade has become flimsy. And you see it elongate slightly and kind of slither as if it is a tentacle. And then it shifts back into being its normal, solid knife form.
I came here to talk. This whole enigmatic thing is gonna have to stop eventually.
There is a sudden shaking of the
Oh, good.
seaweed around you.
I was about to do something drastic.
Bubbles start to rise from all around you, and for a moment, the muck along the bottom is kicked up and obscures vision. Survive.
Yeah, I did.
More.
I plan to, but I have questions and I need answers.
There's a moment of silence, and then the reeds shake again.
That day when I fell over, was that you?
This one, louder than the last utterances. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think back. If I remember right, Blackwind had weird powers. He was a hell of a swimmer. I have weird powers. I'm a hell of a swimmer. So
Are you asking it something?
hold on. What we have between us, did you have the same thing with my captain?
Only one.
Is he dead?
No.
2 more questions. Do you know where he is?
No.
Do you know how I can find him?
This one takes a moment longer.
Ooh.
But then, as everything shakes more now than it has before, you hear, with maybe just a little bit of an edge of laughter,
I did say 2 more questions, and that was 2.
Yoga,
Yo.
roll another perception check as you are busy
yeah.
with your stuff.
Hmm.
Oh god, you're getting pickpocketed by the halfling.
No.
That's exactly what's
Or-
happening in this moment. That's how I'm going to spoil the moment. No, so Yoga, you won't notice.
Oh. What is going on here?
Wait a minute!
Deep in your studies, Yoga,
Oh, yeah.
you won't notice as Caimen, with a
fucking
bloody face,
just
is
slips out.
walking, eyes closed, out of the building. And as you hit the bottom of the staircase, Lucy's not there, so I'm just going to move her to the side. But Shirley's going to be like, oh my God, sir, are you all right? You don't hear a word. Just keep walking. Just keep walking.
I know where I'm going.
Out the front door.
I have a feeling I know where I'm going. Straight to the
That's a
water.
nice shore you got there.
Yeah, straight to the water. Now the real question is, I don't have my powers in my dream state. I don't know if my body has my powers right now.
Sir, hello. Stop him! The fishermen begin to go like, what? And start to follow you as you continue to walk down the pier, blind to the world around you. And Caimen, you're still in Dreamland, so you don't know any of this, but the world around you is definitely noticing that you are just kind of taking a long walk off a short pier.
While I'm dreaming, I guess I'll go, I take it there's no way you're going to tell me how to find him right now.
There is just the sound of bubbles and laughter, and you awaken with a splash.
Oh shit, now I'm under the water going, oh.
Yeah, your dagger is in your right hand, and your compass is in your left hand.
What the dagger was in my You are an enigmatic asshole. I'm gonna climb back out. How high up is the pier? Can I climb back onto the pier?
Go ahead and roll an athletic. No, you're fine. You can climb back on the pier. It's fine. The men are running over to the side, like, are you all right?
Yeah. I'm fine. I just needed to cool off a little bit. Oh.
You had us a little worried there. Kind of just walked right on by. A little too much to drink. It's not even evening yet, sir.
No, it's that. I'm one of the Whispers of the Gale. You might have heard about us. I was in that mess. It was a long night. I'm just.
They look around at each other confused. They don't recognize what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, nothing. Just your fish are probably going to get better soon. You're welcome. You can thank the Whispers of the Gale.
Wait, what makes you say that? You some sort of magic man?
Yeah.
Telling the future? Oh?
No, I was directly involved in stopping the thing that's poisoning your water and the land.
Wait, you know about the poisoned water? Well, of course he knows
I-
about the poisoned water, Jet. He's talking about it right now. What?
I-
The man just jumped in the water. I don't know.
Yes, and as evidenced by my coming back out just fine. Need I say more?
They both round on the third guy, who was just named Jet, and give him a look, and he withers and seems a little put out. And he's like, "Sorry for Jet, man. He
No, it's fine. It's just it was dangerous, and I'm exhausted. I just needed something to wake me up a little bit. That's all.
well,
A good
a
jump
dip in the lake
water.
of swords will do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Kind of reminds me of my old merchant days.
Oh yeah. Where'd you
Yeah.
what'd you trade?
No, general
leave,
good.
leave him alone. He doesn't want to talk to you. One guy still seems interested. Jet and the other guy are walking back. He's like, "Shut up, Jet."
Yeah, we general goods. Sometimes we get lucky and someone would pay us to transport like expensive stuff.
No, you don't say.
Passengers every now and then. It was a while ago though.
That sounds like such a fun life. I hate being cooped up here. It's just such a small village. You see the smoke coming off the answer room just over the lake. You get ideas about how big the world is, and then you get disease in the fish, and it's all we know.
You know, that ship right over there. We're moored. We're moored right now.
Yeah,
The ship.
you're moored at the Sweetwater terminal.
You
The
know,
Coventress is.
do you have any experience working on a ship? Anything at all?
Other than just the fishing boats that we take out for, the daily catch, no. But me and my brothers, we're all three of us. We're born in the water.
You want to learn?
He looks really excited. Roll persuasion.
Oh boy. Come on, persuasion. Not my best. Not my it is my strongest suit, apparently.
Sell it.
Because if you want to learn, we're gonna be leaving at some point. I mean, there's a few of us, but could use a few deckhands.
Oh, how's the pay? I mean, it's got to be better than I'm making right now.
We are adventurers, so we just completed a job for the city, and the mayor paid us. You tell me how the pay is. I got a chest of gold out of it.
Gold? A chest of gold?
A chest of gold.
It's like something out of a story.
Yeah. Well, the story's right in front of you. All you gotta do is open the book and read it. Or, in better words, there's the water. Jump on in.
What? You're staying at just to the Sweetwater, right?
Yep.
I'll talk to Jet and Moral and my name's Trabo, by the way. Trabo Jimson.
Fuck. I had our fake names and everything.
Oh,
We're
I know
not
what
using
it
our
is.
fake names, are we?
It's up to you, but I remember what it is. You can roll a
I
history check for me to tell you.
I remember we only used our fake names to get the fairing.
Yes, but you used them in this town.
We did. I had them written down, too.
I have them. Roll a history check to remember your own name in this moment. Just because it's really funny.
We're gonna bring this guy along on the ship and just never tell him our real names.
It was something.
Yoga never had a fake
So, 15 will do it. The name you gave was Jackson Mirth.
Jackson Mirth.
And Bill Mirth, your brother.
Yeah. Well, it's Jackson Mirth.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. He shakes your hand. He has a good grip, calloused. It seems seems as if he isn't going to be, a dead weight body.
That's
So.
good. It's going to be a real shame when they get dumped off in another city and left behind.
With Lucy's boat.
But that's Caimen's secret plan.
That's later. Don't worry about it. Shh, didn't happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, he walks back with you, chatting about like how excited he is for this, letting you know that they'll come visit in a day or two to discuss things. He's going to try and talk to his brothers and see if they're interested. They got a lot of stuff that they got to take care of with closing up the shop if they're going to do that and stuff. He's just really waxing and gushing about how excited he is. So he goes back to his stall and. You can see him excitedly talking with his buddies there, and Shirley's looking at you, and you're not covered in blood anymore. And she's like, "Your face, it was covered in blood. Are you all right?"
Yeah, I had an incident with the wash basin. Was testing out the sharpness of my knife, and I nicked my finger. And, put your hand on your face, blood all over it.
Go ahead and roll deception, just cause.
Yeah, alright, that's pretty much a lie. Alright,
Oh, of course, that makes a lot of sense. Jeez, a lot of people getting really, really bad injuries here.
Yeah, that whole thing that we took care of.
Yeah, with Timothy, that was absurd. Please though, you look soaking wet. You're gonna catch cold. Take off your jacket. Come back inside and warm up, please.
Sure.
Come in.
Sure.
I'll get you a nice beverage.
Take off my traveling cloak, and yeah, we took care of that thing. By the way, I don't remember if I mentioned it to you, but it's done.
Oh no, you had said that you were going to save the city. You said you were going to save the city yesterday morning as you left. Yeah. I kept your rooms for you as you requested. I saw you bring in that chest this morning. You weren't joking, were you?
No, I was not.
At this point, Kleeck, Lucy, both of you can be returning. Kleeck from a long day of tanning, and Lucy, if you didn't have anything else that you were from hunting, right?
Yeah.
Has Leon done anything?
Off to the woods.
Roll 2 survival checks for me, real quick.
All right.
And Leon, you were headed to. Sorry, please remind me again, real quick. The temple. Thank you. All right.
Ooh.
Oh, Kleeck, you set some great traps. You have a feeling that tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning snares for the night, and hunting around myself for any bigger game.
Very good.
Maybe an actual pitfall trap.
Exactly.
A little bait.
Well, could he even dig that fast? I don't know. He's a small bird.
It's a lot of digging in a very small bird with no shovel.
Got it.
You have a sword?
Yeah, fat feet.
I have a rapier! The thinnest sword there is.
You got fat feet, you'll live.
You got claws.
I have talons.
Yeah, you got talons. It'll be fine.
Okay, so Leon, you approach what appears to be a recently constructed temple. I'm going to bring us over to the city view.
I do want to go shopping.
Okay, perfect. We will definitely do that.
Trip.
So when I said Darkwood, I meant Dark Hill, but that's here. So in general, the party's staying like in this area, and the temple of Lilevin is right around here. So Leon, you head over to the temple of not Lilevin, but the temple of the Lord of Light, which I'm just gonna have to get that name up again because
Saint Paul.
Names. Yeah, Saint Paul, the chief deity of the gods, the god of the sun, humanity, he who blesses the royal family. Oh, I know. So you enter this lavishly appointed temple with a large statue of a benevolent-looking man with a big fish hat and the one I'm talking about, all Pope style and whatever. and like holding up his staff regally towards the sky, and there's a large diamond set in the head of the staff, through which it seems there's light always shining, and it fills the dome of the main dome of the temple. And you can tell that even though this temple looks like it was probably only constructed in the last 50 years or so, since the Great War ended, it already looks rather pretty and well taken care of. And so as you come in, you see a number of priests in white robes, with the lining of their robes is like sort of this shiny goldish white material. It seems to catch the light and reflect in all sorts of different directions, little speckles, a little rainbow, as if just a bunch of crystals refracting light. Oh, hello, fair traveler. Have you come to give your prayers to St. Paul?
No, thank you though. I was told you had an area for the rest of the gods. Was that correct?
Oh, yes. Please come to our vestibule of the sacred. And they put their hands together in their robes and nod and bow and kind of lead you off to an area behind the central pews and the main altar and the large statue of St. Paul. And they take you off into like a side alcove, sort of behind it and off to the left a little bit. And you can see that there are smaller statues, one to each of the different patron saints of the different clerical domains. And they walk you along, showing you. You see the Dumon, the statue of Dumon, the god of the dwarves and the forge. You see the spindly skeletal Nito, the god of passing. You see the sort of mystical, ethereal statue of what's her name? It appears she doesn't have a name anymore, but the Sage of the Crystal Tower, the Irelite of Dusk, the Goddess of Knowledge. And eventually you are shown to the altar and statue of the Lady of Arcana, Leleven, the goddess of the elves and magic. Is it to your liking? You can see that there are some gifts that had been left on the altar. There is... What languages do you speak?
That's a very good question. But I can answer as soon as the sheet loads back in. Languages. I've got Common and Celestial.
Okay. You see a book in a language that you can't understand. On the altar, you see a number of candles of different colors. A potpourri of scents assaults your nose as you approach it, even through your mask. You see a number of sticks of incense that have burned down, one that's still burning. Some small coins from different lands. You recognize some from Belforet, from Ansarum, from Aelin Miley, from Sweria, all places you've been, but you recognize the various mints of coinage. You see some small precious gems also laid on the altar. A small spinel, a peridot, definitely offerings that have been left to the gods. But there's a small mat to kneel on before the statue, if you so desire. There's a small offering bowl if you wanted to place anything in it instead of on the altar itself. So you're kind of left in this moment, and the priest that guided you over here kind of steps back into the side and is just kind of watching peacefully, not interrupting or interfering, but just making sure you don't deface anything because you're just some random guy, and it's not service hours.
So it's just me and him, right?
It's just you. You saw several other priests doing different duties in the temple as you came in, but there's only one that's actively hanging out near you and acting as a guide, a watcher. You're not sure which, but they're hanging out near you as you stay at this statue. You haven't really done anything yet. It's only been a moment, so...
Alright, let me send this to you just for a point of reference as to later.
Yep.
So, to start with, I'm going to cast Alter Self to change back to that form.
Okay.
I'm going to fully remove my Plague Mask.
Okay. As you take it off and set it to the side, the priest sees your face and just nods once more and continues to chill near you, but appears to be a little more at peace now that you've shown your face.
I'm going to set it off to the side, and then I'm going to pull my deck of cards out and set it on the altar with the symbol side facing up.
Okay. You gonna do a reading on the altar?
Yeah, I'm gonna start with a reading, and then I have something else I want to do.
Okay.
So I'll pull the first 3 cards. Do you want me to do the roll, or do you want to?
Oh, you can.
Okay.
One of them is the 6 of Swords.
Okay. So I guess 2 then. Oh. 2d20. 4 and 11. Oh, okay.
You're only pulling from the Major Arcana?
Yeah.
Then do a third pull, because 6 of Swords isn't from that. That's from the Minor.
Okay. 1d20. 20. There you go.
4, 11, 5. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Lucy, it's the Major Arcana in a Tarot deck consists of 20 cards. So he's rolling d20s to see which of the Major Arcana he draws for a reading.
Oh, she's asking about the money that is being divvied up.
Oh yeah, that's in Loot Tracker.
Yep. And I'm getting the exact numbers for how much platinum and how much gold each person gets.
Yes,
I see what
indeed.
you're doing now.
Can you tell me what those cards are real quickly on? I think it's 4. One of them's Hierophant, I'm sure. 4 or 5.
So in order drawn, it's Emperor, Strength, Hierophant.
Okay.
And real quick.
Auspicious.
Right? That's what I was thinking. It's like, very particular set of cards right there. After I've pulled those cards and looked them over, I'm going to shuffle them back into the deck. And
Okay, before you shuffle them back in, roll for me an Arcana check, aptly named, and a Perception check. Ooh, okay. Roll that Perception. Ooh, so as you're reading the cards, you see something, a strange artifact, something that it only lasts for a moment, but your eye catches it. As you play the Emperor card and you see the character that you've drawn thousands of times sitting on the worn card, sitting on the throne on the worn card, for a hair's breadth of an instant, it appears that the man sitting on the throne is wearing a gold bejeweled mask. But just before you even get to register that, it's gone. And you see the stern visage of a powerful man in robes and armor and surrounded with gold and jewels, glowering down at you again, and you shuffle the card back in. But something doesn't sit easy with you about that. Something about the way the light from the staff of St. Paul's statue played across the card just gave you a really a really strange feeling. But it's gone.
Okay. Alright. I'm going to, after seeing it, I'm just going to kind of chuckle to myself and reshuffle them back in. I'm going to, is it a statue or a shrine?
I mean, the whole thing's a shrine, but it has, so you have a smaller statue to Lelevin. There's a huge statue to St. Paul in the middle of the temple.
Okay,
But there's smaller statues to each of the different gods under, quote unquote, underneath the Lord of Light.
Okay. So, yeah, after shuffling back in, I'm going to set them to the side. I'm going to take the spear off my back and set it in front of me on the altar. And I'm going to close my eyes. Lelowen, I ask you to carry this message for me to my mother. Tell her that in her absence, I have done terrible things. And in her absence, I will continue. It may pain her to watch, as what happens. But I want her to know that I have no other options after what they've done. And I will continue to do so, even after they are gone. Whether I join her when this is over, or I'm banished somewhere else.
As your prayer ends, please roll just a religion check and a charisma saving throw.
13 and charisma save, 19.
As you finish your prayer, emanating from the statue is an intense feeling of sadness and regret and loss, but also underlying that, a steely resolve and an understanding.
Okay. I'm going to reach my pocket and I'm going to drop 20 gold pieces into the offering bowl.
The gold makes a loud clatter, which echoes through the peaceful and silent temple. You don't see the priest react, but you sense that he saw it and has kind of now bowed and stepped away a little bit farther, giving you a little bit more space. Not necessarily as a reaction to you putting money in, but as a reaction to seeing and witnessing kind of like the actual heart that you're putting into your prayers and recognizing that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, the heart in terms of monetary value.
Yeah, no, he saw that too.
I'm gonna grab my stuff and slowly start to drop the altar self as I put the mask back on it.
Okay.
And before I fully walk out, I'm gonna turn to the priest that showed me in, and I'll bow to him. If any more followers of Lewin come, tell them the vizier from from Bellaforte tell them the vizier from Bellaforte has blessed this place. And walk in.
Yeah, the priest of St. Paul is totally going to do that for you.
His mouth is kind of agape for a minute as you say that, and he forgets to follow you out as you leave. And you're out,
Awesome.
and before too long, you're out the door.
I'll be right back.
Me as well. I actually just need to take a restroom break real quick. Badass though. I loved the prayer. Why don't we all take a quick break for maybe 5 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes, and get a drink, go to the restroom. When we get back, we can go to Lucy.
Hell yeah.
All right. We'll be right back.
Yep.
I'm still waiting to do my active hunting.
So what do you think about the whole whatever you call it?
Should have just gotten him to divorce his wife.
He's straight up.
I just want to say we plan to take like 3 days of downtime. We're on day 1 still.
I believe 3
That's a
days
lot.
is the minimum that Caimen is planning for. I'm just hoping I can learn my trade in that time.
I mean, I initially was going to go for a week, but I think we kind of agreed on
I
3
mean,
days.
a week is plenty of time to learn and do just about anything. That'd be nice.
Oh, Lord.
I will be back.
What the hell? All right. 1, 2. What the? Okay, that was strange. Am I in a cave? I am. Cool.
It's not like you're an echo.
Echo. Cool, so that means it's working. Hey. Whoa. Hey. Hey. I'm trying out a thing for later on.
I'm back. Who all is back?
I don't know how many people left, to be honest.
Good point. Very well. So, if we would like to jump back then to Lucy. Lucy, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, Lucy, what are you up to on your way back from the mayor's fortress? Keep.
Gonna go shopping.
Go shopping. All right. What are you going shopping for?
Do they got like any perfume like stores?
You know, oddly enough, you should roll a perception check.
What are we rolling perception checks now?
To find a... Wow, on the money. You found a perfume store. No.
I had to get a 20 for it.
Yes, here in this city. You find a... it is known as the Shady Moon Perfumery, with the IE. I'll type it. There you go. Sadie. Haha, I fucking misspelled Shady. Alright, Shady. The Shady Moon Perfumery. And as you head in, you see what looks to be an older elven woman standing behind the counter. Oh, hello?
Hello.
Oh, hello. Oh, a nice young woman. What can I get for you?
I'd take it by the name. You have perfume here.
Oh, yes, of course. That's what the sign says, isn't it? And she starts puttering around behind the desk. Somewhat aimlessly.
So what kind of perfume do you have? Any specials?
Specials, well, give me just a moment, dearie. And she disappears behind the counter again, and you hear clattering and clinking underneath the desk of glasses clinking together. And she pops back up with a couple vials, one which she removes the stopper and kind of like lifts up the vial and just kind of like moves it around in the air and then puts the stopper back down. And after a moment, you get the intense smell of cedar wood, fresh cedar wood having been pulled from the tree, that really pungent aroma that only those trees give. Yes, do you like that one, dearie? Very earthy. Very natural.
It is quite earthy. What else do you have?
Well, you must help me out, dearie. What are you looking for?
Something flowery? Go with that.
Oh, yes, of course. Young women and their flowers. Give me just a moment, dearie. I'll be right back. She leaves and disappears around a corner into a back room, and you hear some more clinking, somewhat muffled by the walls, and then a loud, followed by silence.
Are you okay?
There's no response for 30 seconds.
She's gonna run back there.
You see that she has, as you get back there, you see that she has just climbed on top of a table that she has apparently moved, and is reaching onto a back shelf to get to the very top of the shelf. Just a moment, dearie. And she grabs it, and she hops down off the table and says, "Please be patient, dear," and heads back to the counter. And this is almost pure lavender extract, very, very pungent. And she opens it, and instantly you get the scent of lavender. That is, that's nice. Put that in a bath, get some bubbles going. Yeah. Pops it shut again.
How much for the lavender?
Oh, just a single gold, dearie. You must understand, it takes quite a bit to process that amount of petals.
A single gold?
Yes, we're not like those uppity boutiques in Ansel or Constantinople.
How much
You don't
business?
need to pay an arm and a leg to smell good around here, dearie.
How much business do you get here?
No, I suppose enough, but not quite as much as one would expect, what with it smelling like fish and dung all through the town.
Well, that's when you should advertise some perfumes for the men so they don't smell gross.
I have been saying the same for 40 years, at least. And that's just amongst these folks. Although, to be fair, they've only gotten better since the war. You wouldn't imagine the smells I had to deal with before that great conflict.
Oh Lord, I could only imagine.
Yes, and during the war it was worse. You couldn't source materials to save your life, dearie.
Well, on that note, do you also happen to have any perfume that could go fitting with a turtle, a pirate, and a bird, along with, and she'll name off like whatever else the rest of the party is.
She kind of like leans closer to you and like stares into your eyes and says, "Dearie, I don't understand what you're saying. Did you say a pirate turtle bird?"
They're all separate, 3 individuals, a person that is a turtle, a person that is a pirate, and a person that is a bird.
Whoa! What the fuck? Don't be outing me as a pirate.
Oh, but dearie, why would you want to associate with such disreputable rapscallions? A pirate? A
I don't really
turtle?
know if he's much of a pirate, but he knows his way of trying to commandeer my ship.
Oh, they all try to commandeer our ships now and then, dearie.
No, I mean like a literal ship. I have a ship out in the harbor.
Oh, well, yes, you look like someone who would have a ship, don't you? She pats you on the arm.
I don't know how to take that, but
She's not wrong.
but do you happen to have anything they might like?
I mean, I'm assuming your pirate is a manly pirate? She gives you a grin, and you can see that not all of her teeth are there, and they're not all super straight, but she definitely is earnest with her smile about whether or not he's a manly pirate.
Might be manly, but he's a bit of a marshmallow on the inside.
Hmm.
Wow.
I don't know what a bird or a turtle would like. We don't catch many of those types of people around here that I'm aware of, although I know that kind. But a manly kind of marshmallow pirate. She's going to go to one of the shelves on the side and start picking through. No. Too vivid. Too much orange. They wouldn't like cloves. Ah, yes, no, I have it now. And she goes and pulls another vial and pops the top, and you get the smell of exotic fruits like passion fruit and guava and a really strong mint kind of running through it. Nah, would this be it, dearie? This is surely something that a salty sea dog would enjoy. Even just the scent is said to ward away scurvy.
Oh, I'll be sure to let him know. I think that would be perfect.
Oh, wonderful, dearie.
I do
How
have
many
one
vials
other...
would you like?
I'll take... We'll take one of the lavender. We'll
Very
take...
good.
We'll take two of the fruity one.
No, good. I only have the two.
Oh, perfect. And then... I guess I'll take another... Do you have two of the first one you showed me?
The cedar wood. Yes, I have 5 of those. If you would like 2, I can easily do that for you, dearie.
We'll do that as well. And do you happen to have any sort of other flowery ones?
Oh, yes, of course. I'll be right back. She goes back and is gone for a moment and says, "This, since you've been such a delight, dearie, this is actually one of my prizes, one of my prized possessions, dear. If you would like just a whiff, and she reaches down and opens up this vial is a little different. The glass looks cleaner, like there's no impurities in the glassware, no bubbles or anything. And as she opens it, you get the cloying scent of red roses. This is high grade rose oil, and just a bit. Ooh, it's in your nose now. And she closes it up and says, "Ah, dearie, no, that is 20 gold."
I'll take it.
Oh my. Well, very good then. Would you like the total?
Yes, and could you add another lavender?
All right, then 2 lavenders, 1 rose oil, 2 cedar woods, and 2 island paradises.
And then I also have a little bit of a tale you can tell about the pirate man.
Oh? Please tell me, dear. I do so love a dashing man.
Oh no. God
Well,
damn it.
Dashing man's name is Caimen.
Oh, killing me.
Cayman.
Caimen, and he's part of a group. What was it with Whispering?
The
Whatever the name of it.
Whispers of the Gale.
Yeah, I was gonna say part of the Whispers of the Gale, and he's a bit of a hardcover on the outside, but he's a marshmallow on the inside, and you should tell all of your customers how he loves the perfume because he'll love it.
Whispers of the Gale, Mr. Marith. Yes, and this is the pirate man you spoke of.
Yes,
Oh, wonderful, dearie. I will make sure to mention it to the Rotary.
you can tell all the men how he loves it and how they should buy it too. That should help yourselves.
Honestly, I believe it will.
I'm gonna drown her in the fucking lake. I don't need to breathe. I can sit under there until you die.
Now, dearie, I'm very sorry to have to be the one to tell you this, though, but your total comes to 32 gold. I know a woman of your clear means can afford such, but that's a larger tab that I'm used to running for someone, dearie.
She'll give 35.
Oh, bless your heart, dearie. Please come back anytime. I'd be sure to show you my newest wares.
I would love to. And then she's
Thank
going to
you.
take the stuff, kind of give her like the kind of wave bye. and
Wonderful.
walk.
You got your 7 perfumes.
Hell yeah. One for everybody.
Wow, I love it. 7 vials of perfume. This is incredible. I'm so happy.
So,
All right.
so it's how much of what now?
Okay, so you have 1 vial of each. Okay, sorry. You have 2 vials of lavender, 2 vials of what was it? The cedarwood. 2 vials of that island one, the passion fruit guava mint, and 1 of the rose oil. So you have 7 total. A commoner can make a gold in a year.
I think not in this campaign. If you
35 years of common labor was spent on perfume today.
They see me rolling. They hating. Just because Lucy loaded don't mean you gotta hate.
Hey, it's gifts for everybody.
Can
Usually
we talk
perfume-
about how loaded all of us are?
That is true. That's
Only when
I'm
y'all
starting
go
to wonder if I
shopping.
can even. I'm starting to wonder if I could even fly with all this.
So where to now, Lucy? You're heading back to the inn?
We're gonna do uneven. Well, no, because I got food at the place. Yeah, we're just gonna go back.
All right, go ahead and roll a perception check on your way back to the inn. Ooh. You might not have a choice. Come on. Load. What's wrong with you? Hit refresh.
after Lucy's thing, did I ever get a reply from that last sending?
Oh, no, I haven't written it yet. I've been focused, sorry.
That's fine.
All right. Yeah, I'll take care of that in a sec. So Lucy comes back to the inn with no incident, and now everyone has gathered for the evening. Leon, you also make it back home without too much trouble, having found your way back from the temple. And does the party want to bed down for the night?
Caimen's gonna grab them all, whether they like it or not, get them into the room with the chest. It's going to count out every fucking coin individually and make sure he parses it out exactly as I wrote it.
All right. If everyone's okay with the divvying up of the money, I guess move yourselves up into the upstairs while that occurs, because that's where you would be while that occurs.
Yoko would like to say, after absolutely doing nothing, he deserves more gold.
He's not wrong. He definitely deserves more gold after doing nothing.
Next time, take another hour to catch up, and maybe you'll get another platinum out of it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Hey, everyone, I have a gift for you.
Yeah.
What?
I have a gift! Caimen, you're gonna
Okay.
love it.
Okay.
Here, just put a little bit of this on you. She'll
What?
land like a little passion fruit spelled one. Here,
What the
just
fuck
put
is
a
this?
drop of this on you.
It
And just-
smells like guava and passion fruit and mint.
Wait, it smells. Say that first one again.
Guava, passion fruit, and mint. It's very fruity and minty.
Why would I wear this?
to make you smell nice.
It's gonna be like, I smell fine.
The door opens. Is that mint?
Yeah, hey, I got you a gift. I'm gonna give it to Rhea.
This is great. Thanks, Captain.
Yeah,
She like she dabs a little bit on her wrists and under her neck, and it's like, oh, you
yeah,
got some too, Lucy? Thanks.
yeah, I can definitely. Yeah, wow, that does.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm thirsty. I'm gonna go get a drink.
Hold up.
She's
Get
gonna
back
pick a
here.
thing of lavender and then like splash some on Caimen.
Do you try to dodge? Because then we're gonna have an opposed check of some kind.
No, because you see, Caimen is like looking at Rhea, motioning her to come back, and then out of the corner of his eye, he sees in slow motion a wave of lavender. And this is a really strong scent.
Uh-huh.
Death to the nose.
Oh yeah. This is concentrate. Like this is
This is bad. This is really horrible. And all of you now have to suffer with it because Caimen's like, I lived on a ship with a bunch of people who smelled horrible for years. Now you get to join in. And he's going to count out the money and make sure Rhea gets her cut. And that.
honestly, Captain, you smelled kind of good.
She's gonna hand out the rest of them, keeping the roses one for herself.
Which one are you handing to Kleeck?
That would be actually. Let me see. So there's back to the possessions.
How long does a bottle last if I apply it once a day?
Probably a couple weeks.
Leon, can you get Brightleaf out here?
Control over Brightleaf.
As you open the door and call to her, she's in the same position and does not respond or move. You can see that she is breathing, so she's alive. She's not really responsive.
Coming.
I'll walk in there and Brightleaf, we got stuff. Come on.
She stirs a little bit, but doesn't get up.
I'm gonna take a step closer. Brightleaf, we have stuff. Come on.
Her head pokes out from underneath the covers. Her eyes are a little bleary. What stuff?
Lucy picked up some stuff that makes you not smell like Caimen.
Caimen cleans himself with prestidigitation every day. There's
Caimen
no
smells like a dying fish carcass.
There's no smell.
You see her nose twitch. I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
she doesn't like it.
No, she smells something. She smells the lavender, and she's basically saying, "I know that there's a smell."
He's like, I know there's a smell, and I don't
She
know if I want to
smells
get any
Caimen.
closer. I don't know if I want to get closer. That smells strong.
Well, we've got some in here if you'd like to get a little bit on you.
I'm fine, thank you. She kind of just curls back up and pulls the
Brightleaf.
blankets over.
Get out here. I'm not going to sit here all day with a chest full of money waiting to divvy it out.
There's also money. So
After a minute, the door opens, and a rather disheveled-looking Brightleaf peeks her head out and says, "Money?"
Yeah.
She sights the chest full of gold and steps out.
Yeah, come on. I've got yours already portioned out.
Are you
Kleeck.
alright?
Kleeck, yours is right here.
She glances at you,
Okay.
Kleeck, and you can tell from her face that she's not all right. But she
Lucy,
takes her portion of money and reaches for the emerald.
go for it.
She takes the emerald and her portion of money and heads back into the room and goes and lays down.
Yep.
Do not
Bleak
want
cares.
any
As
perfume.
someone who like adventured with Brightleaf, do I know Brightleaf to care about her money, or
She cares about money for what it can do, but it doesn't seem like she's super moved by earthly possessions other than for their utility, is what you know of Brightleaf.
gotcha?
Well, holy shit, Captain, this is a lot of money, and I'm really glad that you gave it to me, because I'm gonna go shopping now, I think. But first, I'm gonna get rip-roaring drunk.
Yep.
I don't know who wants to come with me, but it's about to get lively downstairs, so, you know.
That's you all. All right, what's left is me. Caimen doesn't even count what's left. He just takes it,
Fair, Captain.
puts it away. Everybody else got more than him, and he doesn't care.
So it is like who wants like perfume and which one? Except
I got
Rose.
splashed with fucking a
Yeah, you
whole
don't
vial of lavender, so I don't think I
Please.
need it.
Brightleaf
Kleeck is
took the
distracted.
mint
He's
one
not gonna.
that was given to Caimen.
Oh no,
Kleeck probably isn't gonna take one. He's
Rhea.
distracted.
Yeah, Caimen handed his to Rhea, and she took the mint one.
Yeah, okay. The smell is a little. It's starting to burn. Prestidigitation. Does it go away?
Yes.
Damn.
Thank God. Oh, thank God. Oh, that was.
However,
that was,
now the
Oh.
air smells of lavender, and it is very strongly in the air because your prestidigitation just removed it from your body, but also vaporized it. So now just the air smells very strongly of lavender, and in fact, the powder in the air is now coating, a little bit of Kleeck, a little bit of Yoga, a little bit of Lucy, and some of it is starting to land on you again, Caimen. So, it's kind of like you cleaned, and now it's in the air, and it's starting to settle. So
unwinnable.
it's a little bit.
By the way,
It just got
Open a
Febreze
window.
all over the room.
Open a window, gust of wind, something, but yeah, it still smells like
No.
lavender. It's just less on you.
I am not wasting. You know what? Whatever. Gust of wind. Just get rid of this. Poof.
The doors slam open and shut, and the coverlets fly off of the beds, and some of the lamps, the little torches, sconces lit in different rooms, the candles go out as wind gusts through the room and takes most of the smell with it. There's a faint smell of lavender now, but only just.
That's better. Oh, I'm gonna go get drunk. Yoga, Kleeck, you're in charge of whatever's left in the chest.
I'd like to. Yoga's gonna kind of mention something before you go.
Up.
I hope everyone feels a little bit stronger now. I think, as the dawn is rising today, I think Luvin, goddess of Arcana, I probably butchered her name, but has blessed us all, I think.
Yoga, I've been all over the continent. I've seen a lot of crazy things. I can assure you right now, there's no god that's watching over me.
Yoga winks and says, surely.
If only you had any idea what's going on. I'm just gonna walk off.
Does Kleeck or Leon take any perfume?
Kleeck seems distracted. If you hand him one, he might just shove it in his backpack.
Caimen, as you head downstairs,
Holy
you see
fuck.
some people that you recognize seated at the bar, and Rhea is kind of agape at them, like, hey, Captain, look who's here.
Holy hell, I guess it worked. You guys got away.
What? Oh, it's the Shadow Man. Huh. Oh, he scared the piss out of you. Shut up. Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
Ah, You made it out of there alive as well. We were worried when the place turned over like that. It was madness.
Out of curiosity, did you guys get chased out of there, or did you kind of have free reign to leave?
I would say a little of both. They didn't ignore us, but they didn't seem focused on us. Oh, Sterling, and this is the woman there. Sterling, that's a bit of a far cry. You took an arrow to the knee, if I don't remember incorrectly.
Yikes.
Well,
Them are rough.
yeah, but no, we made it out of there okay.
Yeah,
that's
right.
screeching though.
Yeah, we found out what was poisoning the place. All the water, everything around, we figured it out.
You figured it. What was it? That's what we had come for.
It was bad. Just hold up my left hand and be like, it was bad.
Oh.
It did this to me.
Oh.
But
Wow.
it also drew, I don't even know what to call that. I've never seen anything like it before. Never seen anything move like that.
The howler?
Yeah.
Yeah. He gets a little pale saying it. I know what you mean. You see a shudder from the Dragonborn, and the large man Eben, if you remember his name, takes a large, deep gulp from his ale.
We killed it.
You killed it? How?
My group and myself blasted it repeatedly. Some idiot almost got killed by it. I don't know. He looked dead himself.
Anyone else who's coming downstairs can come down at any time and see this conversation happening. So,
but we basically beat it to within an inch of its life, or whatever you want to call it, and then I exploded its body. And that seemed to keep it down, and then the sun came up and it burned on the spot, which is weird.
Yeah, that is quite a story. I believe you, of course. We were there with you. I saw the same creature with my own eyes, but
yep, I wouldn't tangle with it by myself. I'll tell you that right now. Not a chance.
But you can confirm that you killed it?
It's dead. It was in the middle of the city. There were many witnesses. It is dead.
Well, friend, I have to thank you. You've avenged our professor. You've done a great service for the city, for my school. Jolly, Miles. What is it? Yeah? They avenged Obus. They killed the Howler. Oh yeah, that's good. Obus was great. Such a great professor. He goes back into his corner and starts drinking again.
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah, Rhea, hang on a minute. Hey, come over, sit with me for a second, you.
All right.
Listen, you guys are wizards, nerds, sorcerer, whatevers, right? You do a lot of magic. Obviously.
If you want to characterize it that way, sure. I think I know what you're getting at.
Right. I got I don't even know how to say. I have a really important question for you. How do you destroy a very, very powerful magical object?
How?
How?
There's a number of ways to do it, although that's not really in the field of necromancy. I think Professor Pirabeth might have a better answer for you, but destroy a magical object. I would think there's a spell for that. It's colloquially known as dispel magic. What kind of object are we talking about?
We're talking really powerful. I mean, incredibly powerful. Let's say a ring.
A ring, a ring of
A-
protection, a ring of
No,
shielding.
It's the ring that poisoned the water.
Oh, what? There was a ring poisoning the water? I thought
Yes.
for sure it was the howler itself.
Nope, it was the ring, which
You-
is why I need to know how to destroy it.
Do you have this ring?
Gonna look around for a little bit and go, yeah, I've been
Perception check.
yeah. Yeah, before I answer, who's watching me? Ha! Does that fail at all to detect anyone?
No, Rhea is clearly watching you and interested. The
Right.
two
That's fine.
knightly-looking guards are drinking and starting to have a little bit of a contest with it, which Rhea is
Oh, boy.
pulling half of her attention towards now. And the other two wizards in the corner, the dude looks surly and morose and very, very depressed and is like sitting there like sagging down into his cup as he drinks it. And the young woman looks agitated, like she's not a happy drunk, and like maybe she's not drunk enough yet, but if she does, it might get worse, sort of thing. But they're not paying attention to you. Only Rhea kind of is. But actually, with that, you can tell that the bartender, Shirley, is paying attention as well. Though from this distance, she can't really hear, but you can tell that she's noticing that you and this gentleman are in speaking. With that perception roll, that is what you know.
Yeah, I've been keeping it close. I didn't really trust any of the people who came up on us after with this. I have a hard time trusting anybody with
Who-
this kind of power.
Who came up on you after?
There was an inquisitor in the area and a questioner, and I have good reason not to trust their intentions.
Oh, no. We were instructed by the headmaster not to speak with any Inquisition types.
Yeah, no, especially the power in this ring is ridiculous. I can't.
Can you have it with you? Can I see it?
I get a sense that this guy wants this ring. As
Insight
this
check.
going on right now,
Insight
does he
check.
want the precious? Oh God, that's a fail, and there's no way I can make it a success.
He doesn't seem to be any particular way about it, other than intrigued because you brought it up.
I'll slip a hand into a pocket and try to kind of palm it out just so he can see it.
Sleight of hand, please.
Oh boy, Jesus, this is.
I'm just going to keep coming at you because this
This
is a
is
moment right
bad.
here.
This is awful. It comes out in full fucking view.
Yeah, as you try and pull it out, you accidentally flash it, and the light catches it, and there's a little bit of a gleam through the room, and you see that the two knights kind of like in their cups kind of turn a little bit to glance over their shoulders at the group. Rhea definitely saw it and is like a little, like her mouth is a little getting to the floor, eyes wide, looking at you like, "Are you fucking showing them that thing?" And the two wizards in the corner don't notice at all. They're
Oh,
bitching
thank
about
God.
something.
Those are the last two that I wanted to have notice this.
But before long, the two knights turn back to their drinking game. And the gentleman in front of you, who, do you know his name yet? Have you asked for it? Do you remember it from before? Did he give it to you?
I don't remember him. I think they gave us their names, but I don't remember them.
Yeah. No, there you go then. So he looks at it, and I have to make a few checks real quick.
Oh yeah, see if he knows what it is. Ah, I need to use yoga. I just realized I need yoga.
What?
I know how to get an answer on how to destroy this fucking thing, and yoga is the
Identify?
conduit. No,
Mm-hmm.
sending.
Oh, what am I sending? Izithar?
Fucking right.
Alright, but do you know Yoga has sending yet?
I don't. That's
He
why I
looks
need
at it. He looks at the ring in your hands, and there's a flash of shock and recognition across his face.
And that's when it goes back in the pocket.
You.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know all about that place.
That was the same symbol on the door.
Which
And that
Stop
big,
it!
your
Sorry.
your sleeping vampire lord is gonna be pissed if he ever wakes up.
You just found that? Just sitting there.
It was in the water, yeah.
And it was poisoning it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and it did this to my hand, so
Oh.
it
Oh, wow.
it is not something I don't think any of us are meant to wear it, and it'll kill you if you put it on.
No, I can see that. Have you had anyone nerdy take a look at it?
Nope. Nope. I have one person in mind.
I could, if you don't mind. He pulls out a small pearl.
I
Hey, that's what you need for identify.
Yeah, he's a wizard.
the person that I need to look at this is, and I don't mean to say this lightly, more mentally powerful than you are.
He doesn't seem offended in the slightest and just tucks the pearl back away and nods.
Yeah, but if you can get word to Izathar the Azure, let him know Pullman needs to talk soon.
Izathar?
Izathar the
Is that-
Azure. The crystal. Yeah, that guy.
I don't know who you're talking about. Is that a new
Okay. You know the Crystal Castle?
Oh, yeah, yes, I've seen it.
Yeah, he created that. He owns that.
Wait. Someone lives in that?
Yes. Don't just be very succinct when you say I come bearing a message from Caimen and he needs to talk.
You want me to go to the Crystal Castle and use your name, and you're saying that a wizard who lives there will come out?
A wizard who lives there will know who you're talking about. I don't know if he'll come out. He's a condescending prick, but old, powerful, nerdy wizards tend to be.
You don't know the half of it, Caimen. I go to the academy. Yes.
I think he will impress you. I need to go for a second. If other people have something to do, I'll be right back.
Absolutely. We're getting close to end time, so is there anything towards the evening now that anyone wants to do?
I forgot to remind you, sending once again.
Yes, thank you. Yes, Lucy, if you want now would be an opportune moment.
Should be like now or like next session.
That's a good question. Do you think we can wrap it up in 10 minutes? Or so?
What are you planning to do exactly, Lucy?
I mean, we could.
Let's find out. Let's go. Let's just do it. Lucy
Okay.
leaves.
Nope, we're gonna leave. We're gonna like try to sneak our way out as it nighttime. I take it.
Yep. Go ahead and roll stealth. Anyone want to try and notice Lucy as she leaves?
I guess
Nope.
me and Kleeck are, we're kind of still like talking about Brightleaf. We're distracted.
Gotcha. Leon?
I mean, if
maybe-
nothing else, my passive perception is 16, so I might just notice like out of the corner of my eye. I don't
Yeah.
care, but
you
I
see Lucy leave. She's just
Everyone's
off to
just
do some
trying to
errands.
stealth, and me and Kleeck are like, whatever, bro.
Who's
Not sure
sneaking?
why you're
Whatever.
stealthing.
All right. Lucy, as you head off into the gathering night, what are you doing?
Is there any like other bars or places?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check. Okay, with that, you pretty easily find another bar along the dock district. This one is the Swooning Maiden Tavern. And you see on the sign out front there is a woman in it's something between like a French maid's outfit, but also like, that like apron of a chef, and she appears to be swooning with the vapors and is leaning on the words of the sign in the sign.
I'm just gonna walk over there.
Yeah.
Be like, hello.
Oh, hello there, my lady. What can I get for you tonight? You can see that there's a musician in the corner playing a violin, and there's a few people just kind of idly sitting around drinking. There's a game of dice at one of the tables.
Do you have any like special alcohol?
Yes, Lucy just took off. Special alcohol? I mean, we got some really, really old whiskey over here.
How much is it?
He reaches under the counter. 3 silver.
So like the oldest, or like the best thing you have?
Best? Oh, you weren't joking. Yes, absolutely our best. You can roll insight on that if you want. It's not the best, but it also is.
Are you sure you don't have anything better?
Oh, we don't have anything better. It's the best we have here, yeah.
Well, where can I get anything better?
No, the Sweetwater Inn carries much better fare if you're looking for something classy. But if you're looking for something that the dignitaries come for, also the Sweetwater Inn.
Is there any distilleries?
Oh, yeah, should be one up the river a bit. And he points out the front door to one of the canals that goes up the street and a little bit further into the city. It's called Pedmiller's Distillery.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm just gonna start going that way.
Have a good night, ma'am.
You too.
I am back.
All right, so Lucy, as you're heading down the street to the Pedmiller Distillery, go ahead and you're not sneaking at all, so roll a perception check.
I mean, I would say I'm like, kind of like, I don't want to be blatantly out in the open, but
Lucy, as you are walking down the street, you hear from a nearby alleyway, Hey, Lucy.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
Maps
Fight
change.
time.
she'll kind of look around and be like, who's there?
And as you look down into the alley, go ahead and roll, I guess. No, you don't need to roll for this. From out behind a pile of trash steps a man in laborer's garb, and he's balding, maybe about 50 or so. But just before your eyes, it shifts back into the face of Eglore.
my
I
God,
knew
it's
it.
oh
as
my
soon as
God.
I
Knew
said
it.
Worker. I knew it.
Fuck
Lucy.
yeah.
Lucy, get in here.
She'll walk up and be like,
And as you
"What on
step up, he uses his minor image ability to create a brick wall blocking off
Silent image, baby.
silent image.
15
Lucy.
foot tall wall.
Lucy, where have you been all day?
Where have you been?
Oh, I started the fire to make a distraction. It worked.
Yeah, it worked a little too well. You framed me.
What? No, I wasn't trying to do that.
Well, you kind of did. You kind of just left me there with the fire.
Well, you look okay now.
Why did you just run off? Why didn't you come back?
Wait, did you see that monster? And the guy was he was kind of scary, all dead looking and stuff.
Just gonna go and
I thought he was
slap
going to
him.
hurt Caimen. What was that for?
Just gonna run off, frame me with the fire next to all these people with all these guards.
Well, he seems a little at a loss after being struck.
Why are you in an alleyway, and why did you
Well,
put a ball
I thought they were looking for us. I was hoping everyone got away, but I didn't know where to go. Aren't they after us?
Oh, not after us. Probably after you, though.
Why?
Because you started a fire.
But they didn't know it was me. I was wearing this face. And he goes back to the laborer, get up that he was wearing.
Oh,
Well, they were-
fuck. We outed his ass hard. Somebody did.
I hate to tell you, but they kind of ratted you out.
What? Why?
You kind of burned down an entire building.
Well, yeah, I thought we were all running. I mean, I like to burn things. You heard Caimen.
Burned down more buildings out here.
I mean, I would, but we don't need to run away right now.
A checker DM.
Roll wisdom save.
Oh,
Ooh.
knifing.
It has been a long day, Lucy. It's been almost 24 hours. You haven't had anything to eat since the last time you ate something. And with a roll like that, you're beginning to get hungry, and Mr. Jimmy Firehead is starting to look like a roasted sirloin.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Eglore, is it just me or do you see food?
What? No, it smells like garbage back here.
She's gonna just kind of like walk around him, just circle and be like, "Are you talking? Are you food?"
Make a performance check to come. 2 is not going to be good enough as it is. What are you doing, Lucy? Hey, stay back! He pulls out his ash wand and is like kind of stepping away from you.
She's gonna like try to get behind him, like go for his neck.
Roll initiative.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
shit.
No,
It was a 1v1.
Eglore is gonna get eaten.
I don't know.
You got like
Eglore's
1
got a
minute.
hell of a he's got a
Nope.
crazy. Nope.
All right, Lucy, you're first. You get the drop on him. He's kind of stumbling backwards, having just pulled out his wand in one hand, and it's your go. You are next to him, and you're facing each other, so you're not behind him. No prize round. He unfortunately saw you coming. In that sense, so but you go
Eglore
first.
just burnt some spell slots too.
That's 11,
No.
so
Eglore hasn't burnt spell slots at all.
Oh, he cast the cantrip, not the first level
No,
spell.
he has them.
Silent
at will.
image isn't at will.
Ah,
it's 11. Do you want to do this like next session or?
Yeah, no.
continue?
So we can
Yeah.
start next session with Lucy and Eglore battling in the alleyway, and that would be, I think, a fitting way to start the session.
Bryn,
Yes.
sending. Before I leave.
Yes. No, of course. Sorry about that.
You're all good.
I'm gonna
One of
check
those
out
things.
now, y'all. I'll see
Absolutely.
you.
Have a great night, Astro. Thank you for coming. And
Technically,
Glad to be
Kleeck-
here.
Kleeck is a little better at tanning now.
All
Yay.
right.
I'm working towards it. I'll check my traps in the morning.
Absolutely. All right.
Yay.
So think before you speak, friend. You only have 25 words to respond with. I'll contact you tomorrow. This is replied to with,
I like almost didn't want to call it, but as soon as I saw Eglore, I'm like, at least he's gonna bite Eglore. I'm
He's
calling.
gonna try to kill him, but he has ways of fucking with people.
I mean, if he's
If
used
he-
anything since the last time, I doubt he's rested at all.
Nothing.
Mhm.
Rip.
All the
So-
stuff he
Be
used,
interesting.
he's
So
probably
Yoga,
had
Yoga, you sent, think before you speak, friend. You only have 25 words to respond with. I'll contact you tomorrow. And your reply was, yes, of course, my dear friend Yoga. It's just that it is so hard to pack so much of import into so few words that...
I gotta work on that.
And that is where we will call it for tonight. With Yoga having his 2 sendings come back from his friend, his unknown friend. Lucy has found Eglore in an alleyway and is confronting him with a hunger. Eglore fighting for his life. Caimen, having made now several acquaintances, one with the Necromancer students and one with, let me bring up those names as I wrote them down.
Jed and some other dude.
Jet, Moral, and Trabo of the Jimson Trio.
Jet.
Jhett, Jet. Morl, Moral, and Trabo, Trobbo. Trabo, Moral, and Jet of the Jimson triplets.
So, if anyone's not looking at the Discord, I called Eglore this was gonna happen, and then tall dude came in the chat and said what?
He's like, what? I'm pretty sure he can get away.
Feed her the pig. Feed her the pig.
Brent, I need you once we're done.
What now?
Need you once we're done in the call.
Oh, I might not be able to. It would have to be brief, but sure.
Gonna be brief.
Yes. Absolutely.
All right.
So I will
See you
drop
guys
off
later.
now. Have a great night, everyone, and see you around.
Night night.
Later, players.